Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is the 29th day of August, the 20th anniversary of the landfall of Hurricane Katrina and what it occurred in New Orleans with the levees breaking. 7 minutes past the hour. Yours truly, Joe Dupree in the building. Welcome to hashtag Truth Be Told, your early morning get up, wake up, wake up. Your inspiration conversation that gives elevation. Listen, family, whoo, it's happy Friday. We made it through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is finally here, the beginning of the weekend, baby. And let me tell you, it is Labor Day weekend. So a lot of folks have a long weekend. The official end of summer, the beginning of school, the get back for a lot of people everywhere. Some folks are already in school, like around here in Louisiana and in much of the South, folks are already in school. And with that being said, for those of you who are listening, and we are broadcasting live on Facebook Live, on Instagram, Twitter, X, and on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. X is at the JDMS. At YouTube, we're at 100 BLK Media. And family school zones are back in full effect. Remember that. No speeding in the school zones because we want kids along with you and no being distracted, no texting or being on the phone while driving. Pay attention. Want everybody to make it safe and sound to wherever they may need to go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I see people are logging in. Good morning, good morning. I see you. Good morning, Willie Pickens. How you doing this morning? As I always say, I'm in the building. I do this thing Monday through Friday. We give you 1 hour of motivation, inspiration, information. We give you conversation that elevates, transforms. And we not telling you what to think. We not telling you how to think, but we are telling you research it for yourself and begin to think. There is a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of stuff in the news right now. Of course, the turmoil that is breaking loose in government. And I'm asking myself, why is there so much turmoil in government lately? Is this organized chaos? Is it organized chaos? Listen, family, I wake up every morning and I'm not here by myself 10 minutes past the hour. Reading is fundamental. And when it comes down to that, I have a brother who has his own podcast, the Griot Podcast, the Sean P Experience. He is a part of things that are out there giving us information to transform us into a plane of consciousness that we can begin to see, understand, and really realize who we are and whom's we are. And you can't get that from hearing it from folk. You got to start reading, brothers. You got to start reading. Put your hands together. My brother from another mother, Sean P, is in the building.
What's going on, Joe? What's going on? Good morning, my brother. I was telling you all about reading about journalism yesterday and studying journalism. I have here, this is a tome, Joe. This is the
Mm,
Chicago Defender,
come on
one of the
now.
most prominent black news publications in America, right? This
Mm,
is how the legendary black newspaper changed America. And I love this cover, seeing this black, this sea of black people, well dressed, astute,
excellence. Black
scholarly, and you can see the size
excellence.
on this thing, man. This is heavy lifting right here.
Yes, sir.
But we always raising up publications over here, man.
Talking about black excellence and looking good. I have a brother who actually I was going to say this to the brother. He and I going to have a conversation this weekend. He didn't even know about it. But we're going to start talking about how we began to emphasize to young black men the importance of dressing well and etiquette on how to deal with these other folk, other situations in this world from the perspective of being quite dapper and quite good looking. Y'all put your hands together all the way in the MI, Yayo, Dade County. My brother from another mother also. I put it together for brother Bowtie Scholar. Good morning. How you doing this morning, sir?
Good morning, gentlemen. How's everything?
Everything, baby. Everything.
Forgive me for not having on a bow tie today. I was so
Oh, you
confused on which
clean.
one to wear.
You clean, my brother. Listen, bow
Appreciate it.
tie, no bow tie. Your styling is always up to par. And you and I got some business to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna call you. We're gonna have a discussion. We're gonna do it. We about to blow some folks' heads. We got some business to do.
Got you. Sean P, what's good, scholar?
What's going on, my brother, man? I'm good, man. Just getting off of work, man, and coming doing the real work. They say
Yeah,
what you do from
man.
9 to 5 is for them. What you do from five to 9 going the other way, that's for you. So this is for me right here.
Yeah, man.
This
I
but
just I was just reading listening to you talk about the book of Chicago. Yeah, man. Very interesting. Actually, what's crazy is the Chicago Black newspaper came up in a documentary I was watching yesterday. I don't know if you ever watched the documentary or you guys ever watched the documentary of James Richardson.
Mm,
It's a
talk to me.
very interesting documentary. James Richardson, he was a black man in Acadia, Florida. Um, he was a farm worker, sharecropper, should I say. Him and his wife went out to work, and then probably around like an hour into work, they ended up telling him that all 7 of his kids was dead.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so they framed all 7 kids murder on him, even though he was at work. They say he poisoned his kids with the grits and stuff like that. So he ended up doing like 23 years in prison. Into DNA test that came out and everything like that, and he got exonerated. You know, he pretty much they let him out. They had enough evidence that he wasn't the person, and police department was against him. Acadia is a white town, still to this day, it's an all white town. But it took a lot of black newspaper and black media to help him out. And actually, the reason why I ended up watching the documentary because they had to get lawyers from Miami-Dade County to fight his case. He had white lawyers, and Janet Reno was one of the white lawyers who was on this case as well. Uh, but pretty much his success wouldn't never been his success if it wasn't for black media. Uh,
You
and
know,
um, and he's still alive, but he's still fighting the case because even though he did 25 years, he ended up suing the state for $35 million for being incarcerated. So the state only apologized; they never gave him all his money.
Mm.
Yeah.
you know what's amazing to me studying history, man? Looking at the end of the 1800s, going into the early 1900s, there were thousands of black press. And every
Mhm.
major movement had its own press, right?
Mhm.
W.E.B. Du Bois, The Crisis, Frederick Douglass had his, of course, Elijah Muhammad, the Finish Day, The
Final
Final
call.
Call,
Yeah.
right? The Black Panther Papers, Marcus
Mm-hmm.
Garvey had their own paper. Every movement had their own press.
Mm.
So my question is, how we got so much technology now, Joe, and way less black-owned media, black press, black presence on our stories? How we regress like that?
Because we have
Because,
so we have so much success. I mean, we have so much distraction telling us that we made it. It's no need for us to tell the story. So it's more like we more pushing, hey, come do this, come get this money, come be on this video, come be in this movie. We don't care about the struggle, we don't care about the drama, we don't even care about authentic news no more. Like most of the
right.
time they be on the news, they be telling us straight BS. Gerardo. The reason why he's not on news channel because actually during Hurricane Katrina, he went and sat in a little area in Louisiana that wasn't even flooded, and he stood in water and said, "Look, I'm waist high," and he was lying the whole entire time. So like the media lied to us, but it's up to us to tell our authentic story. But we don't care about telling our story. We care more about being popular for being in a video or OnlyFans or a movie or something like that. I'm just being honest.
And you are. Listen, 16 minutes past the hour. So I'm going to try to tackle what has been said strategically and from different angles quickly. First of all, Brother Willie Pickett, who is he put in here, City of Opelousas didn't pass their 25-26 budget. True. So let me try to tackle everything y'all said and add that in there because I want to address folks that are in the chat. Good morning, James Vincent, and good morning to everybody who's on Instagram. There are a lot of folks logging in on Instagram. I see you, and good morning to all the folks who are on YouTube. We do not thirst for or have an appreciation for the truth unless the truth has drama incorporated into it and it entertains us from some aspect. Pure truth that literally gives you a higher state of mind don't interest most of us. To be exact, probably only 10% of us enjoy watching the news for the pureness of the information. Most folks want to be entertained. That's why the beauty of the movie Gladiator was that statement. He that rules the Colosseum rules Rome. In other words, he that entertains the mob, that
Mhm.
he that makes the mob feel like the mob is special, he is actually the Caesar of Rome. So the name of the game is, even though the games are brutal, even though the games are sadistic, even though the games are ugly, the mob, the people, see, See, the reason Donald Trump is the president is because the people, not all the people, but the majority of the people love red meat. They love the blood, the glory, the drama. They
Joe,
love all
hey,
that mess.
hey,
Go
Joe, let me ask you
ahead,
a
Brother
question.
Sean.
When that guy, and he grazed that in, he would bleed, and he got up and did this, Joe. I was at a predominantly white establishment whenever it happened, right? If you could have seen the people around, it was like a pep rally, Joe.
They erupted.
And look, the minute it happened, I text my friends, we just lost the election. I knew it.
I said
In
the
that
same
moment,
thing.
we just lost.
So you have to understand, and as much as folks do not like Donald Trump, and as much as folks, some do love Donald Trump will go down as the man who created the art of the deal. And he is a masterful entertainer. He is, listen, Donald Trump, listen, you got to understand, this is the same Donald Trump that did Macy's commercial. This is the same Donald Trump that had his own reality show. This is the same Donald Trump that was in Home Alone.
Bank of America commercials.
There is no business like show business.
I can say that because here in the great state of Louisiana, and I'm not talking ill about anyone, one of the reasons right now we have an individual who is a state representative is because when he was a law enforcement officer, he was known as the Cajun John Wayne. And he would come on an actual video publication that actually asked folks for information about crimes that are committed, and he entertained folks differently. I do that same thing right now. I don't do it in his manner, but he used to come on there and quote scriptures. Thus saith the Lord, and we're coming to get you, partner. And guess what? People loved him because they want to be entertained. I think more people turned on Crime Stoppers to watch him talk about, I'm coming to get you, see? Than they were the actual crime that was committed. Yeah. They wanted to see him stand up there and talk about, if you mess with me, know that I'm coming with the guns a-blazing. You know, and it was funny when I began, and I've done some Crime Stoppers now. I was actually I'm the new voice of my department in the city of Opelousas because I believe that information should be given with grammatic clarity. You know, I don't think folks should be on here representing anybody talking what I call buffoonery. You know, you should be at least able to articulate in a manner that people say is pleasing to the ears, and the information you given is the information we need to hear. Now, I'm not saying you're going to agree with the information, and I want to address that also. 22 minutes past the hour, because when we get into sports, we're going to talk to y'all about the new Django of the NFL. But we gonna wait till Elijah come in, and we're gonna tell y'all that there is a new Django in the NFL, and I'm here for it. I posted something. Hold on, Sean, just for 1 second, because I think I need to pull this up. I posted something yesterday, and I sent it to Sean, and I sent it to Brother Bowtie, and I sent it to a lot of people that I care about. It was a young lady sitting ironing a black dress, and I think I need to play that for everybody because the content of what she said was deep. When I say deep, it was deep. So I'm gonna let y'all talk. I'm gonna pull that up. Gonna get it in because we got about 7 minutes, and sports is gonna kick off soon as my man Elijah show up. We're gonna tell y'all Django has showed up in the NFL. Let's go. Go ahead, Sean. Say what you need to say.
No, I was gonna say this quote that I love a whole lot. The brother said, "A well-organized lie will beat a disorganized truth every time." I love when that brother said that, bro. See, those of us that's bearing the truth, we got to get better. Like you said, at having clarity in our message, having consistency in the message, having that good, like you said, a sound to your voice, your rhythm, your cadence, your delivery, your charisma. These folks telling all these lies, that sound good, Joe. And the people can't decide what's what. because sounds so good. It's so organized. The lie is so constructed together. See what I'm saying?
We can't hear you, Joe. I think Joe went out.
Yeah, that's real truth, y'all. That's real.
Okay, you back. You back.
I'm
You
back.
back, Joe.
I'm back. I know. I hit the mute button because I'm really trying to get this sister. Because man, everybody. When I say everybody, everybody needs to see this. Everybody. I am, man, in more ways than one, just knowing that everybody needs to see this. So, Brother Bowtie, you know, we many a times in the organizations that we one of our organizations that we are fraternity brothers. You know, not only are we fraternal brothers, we are, and I saw something about that yesterday too that blessed my soul. Within our fraternity, there are titles, and titles mean something in our fraternity because certain titles have certain assignments, and those assignments keep the bond of our brotherhood tight. What a senior warden and a junior warden do totally different. What a senior deacon does and a junior deacon does totally different. What certain positions within the house in the craft do certain things. The secretary has his job, the treasurer has his job, the one who sits in the east has his job, the one that sits in other positions within in the tapestry of what we do what they do. But then we have those who have hit many places, achieved many years of impartation of knowledge from other masters, and then they become a master of masters. And they achieve, depending on whatever degree it was, from the first degree you got until the degree you stop at, because after 3, everything else is on you. 3 is the greatest, but everything there are further degrees that you can go, but you choose to make that path. That's a choice of yours. You know, and still you're always learning.
Yeah.
Even though I've achieved a lot of degrees, I'm always learning. I'm always sitting there reading something new, finding out something that I missed from the last time. That's why I tell people I'm back on my journey of reading the Bible, because
and
you'll miss it.
even when
Go
you
ahead.
get to the last degree, whether it's in Masonic or even if you become president of Omega Psi Phi or president of Kappa Alpha Psi, whatever organization, Elks, Odd
Right.
Fellas,
Right.
even if you esteem the title of a Grand Master or the Grand Hierophant, whatever it is, you still don't know everything. But I always developed the mindset. My first WM when I came in the lodge, he said how humble it is to always go from a teacher to a student. And at first I was like, what did you talk about? He said, yeah, I'm going to go in the craft. He said, yeah, trust me. He said, there's some people who got a lot more passion and zeal than I have. And I didn't understand it. But when I got in the seat, oh, how humble it was. Man, I've been in the seat ever since. I have to be honest, my little brother probably was one of the best WMs I had. And I'm not saying that because he's my little brother, but he came with zeal, he came with firmness, he came with order, structure, discipline. Like Joe, at times I used to try to use my little weight that I have. Hey, I'm the past WM. Hey, I'm the current GM. Hey, but this is my lodge. And
Right.
according to my bylaws, oh, I run this show.
Mm.
Your
Mm.
show only happened 3 times a year. And as much as I wanted to try to, use my force or my power, I was like, he right. I really can't do nothing. But there's
So
people who has a lot more knowledge and a lot more zeal than you waiting on you. And
right.
it comes full circle around. That's why I said that the Democratic Party need a revamp. We need to have some term limit for these 14 or 20 years. These people, look, you've been in Congress for 14 to 20 years. That's enough. Let
Mm.
some more Jasmine Crockett's get in there. Like, we need some of them right now. This is a whole new vision. This is a whole new politician wave that we plan. But go ahead, Joe. I see you posted the video. Beautiful video
Yeah.
about it.
So some of you may be in complete dismay, going, man, there is a beautiful melanated woman with an iron in her hand, and it looks like a tablecloth. Fellas, ladies and gentlemen, This lady, when I saw this, it moved my soul, it moved my spirit. And on this Freedom and Fun Friday, with the 20th anniversary of the resilience of the people of New Orleans and Louisiana and South Louisiana, that not only survived Hurricane Katrina and Hurricane Rita, but all the hurricanes that have came through, especially this 20th anniversary of Katrina. I got to play this, y'all. And I hope you can hear it. I hope I set everything up right. Here it goes. I just want y'all to hear this. This is deep, y'all, before we go into sports. Here we go.
I'm ready for the all black, the riots, the secret meetings, for the real men and not just the influencers leading. I'm ready to be organized and not just an organization. I'm ready to download the new updated slave codes. I'm not just talking to black and brown people. We ain't the only race that's slaves no more. Look, sugar and cotton ain't the only plantations. You in the field medically, financially, spiritually, digitally. So this is for the ones not destroying the earth with their greed. The ones that make these nations tick and tock even though the villain's on the watch. I'm tired of fake territories and killing real people. I'm tired of pastors preaching docile messages under steeples. The Jesus you praise was a radical. And lately, Black Power looks like it's been on a sabbatical. While in Black excellence, the melanated get praised for rising in a pale man's game with IOU notes that's not even backed by any goal. Can I get a nigga to kill another nigga for some money? Can I get a nigga to kill another nigga for more money? Can I get a nigga to kill more niggas for more money? So, to the weakest soul, this asking for reparations also is getting old, especially asking from a country that historically takes with no shame. In God's name, there has to be a different God, because my image would never do the same. I wonder, will there be a real riot? Not like that fake, don't buy from here shit. I'm talking about the blackest January 6th. I'm ready to restructure. Build a land where we all care for one another, where we know we all got enough because this land is abundant and the children are finally safe. I'm ready for the men and women that want to shake up this world with words that match actions and not pimping oppression for emotional satisfaction. I'm ready for an exodus or a takeover. America needs more than a makeover. Concealing history ain't gonna cut it. They making fine contour lines to get a favorable outcome. And the fact that we only sit and whine about this means they know we got them. And the thought process of their God. But when will we hear ours? Because I'm ready.
Oh, she ready. She ready. She ready.
She ready like Pastor Troy.
She ready. He ready. He ready. That might have been the intro I needed to do before I introduce this man right here as he wipes his eyes, prepares himself because he got something to tell you. Django had showed up in the NFL. Y'all put your hands together in Knoxville, Tennessee, reporting on everything Tennessee sports in Knoxville, including the Vols. But today we got to talk about one Micah Parsons. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Elijah Nixon, ladies and gentlemen. Elijah, with sports, talk to me. Talk to me.
Good morning. There was a lot that went on yesterday that Micah Parsons trades probably took everybody by surprise. I didn't expect Green Bay Packers to be in the mix, but what happened was,
Come here. I told y'all. Come, hold it, Elijah. You always want me to pat you on the back. What I tell you, the boy gone. At first, I did not think it was going to happen. I thought it was going to be another one of those You gonna stay here, boy, and do
Michael
exactly what
Irvin
we told
moments.
you. You gonna stay here, boy, and do exactly what we told you to do. And I heard some brothers with that Uncle Ruckus voice. Michael Parsons, you need to stay in Dallas because Jerry Jones is the next best thing to Ronald Reagan. Y'all need Jerry Jones in your life because the Cowboys need to be, that's a white America's team. Uncle Ruckus said so.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Elijah.
What happened is, yesterday the dudes would finalize. Once he goes into Green Bay gives up 2 first-round picks from this year and next year, and they also give up Kenny Clark. He was a tackle that was probably one of the best players on that Green Bay roster. So with Michael Parsons, he was the only person that got traded from the Cowboys. He got traded and also landed a $188 million deal. I'm gonna say it one more time. $188 million. He's actually getting paid more than Patrick Mahomes will be getting paid with this salary that he's now getting attached to. So with that being said, in the letter, his departure letter with the Cowboys, he did say, "I did not want to be here no more. I wanted to at first, but I didn't want to be here no more after that situation with Jerry Jones behind closed door." And then with Jerry Jones, his statement was he felt that they got better. They got better by giving away Michael Parsons, and they give him an opportunity to win more games. Now, with that being said, what are your guys' thoughts on the situation here?
Week 4, we gonna find out. Week 4 of this season, we gonna find out. Because the last time I checked, them Dallas Cowboys make their way to Lambeau Field, and we gonna find out. We gonna find out who laughs last, who laughs the loudest. Will it be Jerry Jones or will it be Michael Parsons? And guess who I'm pulling for? I'm pulling for Micah. Micah, I hope y'all don't only beat the Cowboys in week 4. I hope you humiliate them. I want to hear Stephen Smith come on with a cowboy hat and a long cigar going, "How about them boys?" I'll turn it over to my esteemed panel. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it.
Well, the main thing for me this morning, I saw a picture of Michael Parsons and his mama hugged up, crying, because he retired his mama. The minute he signed that contract and everything, he totally retired his mother. And I think for most of us young men, one of your main things in your life, retiring your mama and possibly retiring your spouse. Other than that, life is good. You did your part. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that, I was glad about that.
I mean, like I love them. I knew he was gonna leave anyway because he has a he's kind of like rebellious. And if you were seeing how he was at practice, he was doing the TO. He was doing this show, but he learned from TO. He learned to do his show, but don't get in front of the cameras. But he learned how to entertain the crowd. So you'll see him at practice eating sunflower seeds and stuff like that, tying his shoe over and over. Like one video showed him tying his shoe like 6 times and within like 12 minutes. So he knew how to draw the attention, but he knew how not to ask for the attention. But however, I would say yesterday was the most entertaining thing that I ever seen when it came to football. Brother Sean texted me last night, was talking last night, but a lot of people don't know that the trumpet player who played the national anthem for Dallas Cowboys for over 15 years, he retired and quit on them the day before. Then Michael Parsons got traded yesterday. One of the funnest things that ever happened, my son told me, "Daddy, whenever you get a chance, go on TikTok. And trust me, y'all will love this. Go on TikTok and type in Dallas Cowboys reaction." And they have literally, I was stuck on TikTok probably for about 2 hours last night. When I say I was rolling, oh my God. He had, man, Jerry Jones had everything from death threats to they gonna flat his tire. He not welcome to Dallas no more.
No, listen. And then you got some other ignorant Dallas Cowboy fans who's like, yeah, I'm glad he gone. Okay, we're gonna find out week 4. Hold it. Yeah. Better yet, now I have a new conspiracy theory. I thought the Saints were gonna have the worst record in the NFL this season because they were trying to get Archie Manning's son. They're trying to get that Manning boy. It's gonna be between them and the Cowboys. The Cowboy fans, do not be surprised if y'all don't have a horrible season this year. And then they try to say, well, look at what happened. But it's all in the master plan to try to get either, I'm telling you, this Manning boy is going to be a hot commodity come this next draft.
So you saying they're gonna tank this year?
Man, let me tell you something. Y'all fortunate because I sure was making phone calls to everybody. And I said, what can we do to put one Micah? Because if we had to put that piece together, I still say we're going to be Super Bowl champs this year. But had that piece came to us, it would have been all over but the crying. Because all you had was TJ Watts on one side and Parsons on the other. Come here. Hold it. And Bubba Dub. Bubba, I hope you're watching because I know Bubba personally. Bubba, I saw you fishing. I saw you talking noise.
Yeah, it was
I saw
funny.
you talking about, he didn't do nothing. No, he may not have did nothing for y'all, but he definitely gonna do something for Green Bay. Cheeseheads, no. If they don't win a game, week 4, they're gonna be some hit. Oh, Dak Prescott, you might get hit and put out the game on the 4th week of the NFL. I'm telling you, Michael Parsons gonna try to hit somebody and he gonna try to hit them like they have never been hit before. And just looking at Jerry like, this is what you did. You know,
I don't know if you seen my my last post last night, Joe, but I'm in this Dallas hate group, Dallas Cowboys haters group, and they had a picture saying Rowdy got traded to Green Bay Green Bay Packers. And I had to repost. I like, man, this is too funny. This is a terrible day for the Dallas Cowboys.
Terrible.
Great for their fans.
Talk to me. Elijah, why do you hear it? You are in the midst of sports journalism. What is your fellow cohorts talking about right now?
I heard that they're in the running for Arch Manning. I heard Arch Manning is the guy that they really want to go after. They got 4 first-round picks, I think, now, and they want to trade that up. But I just personally think that if the Saints
do you think 4 first-round picks will help them out? And from my understanding, their four picks is 2 and 2. They get 2 next year and 2 year after, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I don't think it'll change anything. You know, you can draft a first round pick off.
I disagree. Look at Detroit. Look at Detroit. All them years of getting them first round draft picks. Sooner or later, the sauce comes together. Sooner or later, you can't get all these. That's just like the shirt I have on right now. Just imagine if the Pelicans would have held on to everybody. Ask yourself that.
So let's see how this is gonna play out.
If the Zions, the Davises, the CP3s, I can name a smorgasbord of folks. You know, to me, and I hate to say it because I live in Louisiana and I'm from Tennessee. I'm from Memphis. 2 teams I can't stand in the NBA is the Pelicans, because they let a lot of great people go, and if they had kept them people, they would have probably had trophies down in New Orleans right now. In my hometown of Memphis, because to the day I die, I will keep asking folks. I actually have a T-shirt somewhere here, and I'm going to start wearing it. Who is Kwame Brown? I got a shirt that says, who is Kwame Brown?
He got a ring, Joe.
Well, the only difference is between...
Stop. Paul Gasol for Kwame Brown. Hold on. Who is Kwame Brown? Be exact, on the front of the shirt, it says, who is Kwame Brown? And on the back, I got Kwame, the rapper, on the back, talking about this the only Kwame I know. A brother rapping about polka dots. That I said what go ahead, Elijah. I'm sorry.
I said for Detroit, they already had their quarterback. So if Dallas have to use their picks to trade up, then they're not using that many picks. They have to use those picks to trade up. But like I said, if the Saints get the number 1 pick, they're either going for Nussmeier or they're going to bring Arch home. It's one of the two. So
if Dak stay healthy this year, Jerry not getting rid of Dak.
No. So he's going back to
Jerry, not Jerry, but Dak is Steven. He's not getting rid of Steven.
No, that's true. He ain't getting rid of Steven. You're right. He graduated from Mississippi State. He's Steven for hey Jerry. We can do it without Micah. I promise you. I got this. Micah right now on the other side in that Green Bay uniform saying week 4, Django coming to Dallas. And he about to burn it all down.
How do y'all think Green Bay chances look now they got Micah? How y'all think Green Bay look in shaping up over there?
I mean,
I
like
don't even.
they gonna be in the playoffs. They for sure gonna be in the playoffs.
Hey,
Yeah.
you have to understand.
They might
Micah,
mess around and sneak in the Super Bowl.
hey, Micah in Green Bay, might be problems for Elijah because I was in the frame of Elijah. It will be Rams and Steelers for a Super Bowl. It might be, hold on, it might be a historic Super Bowl. The man who beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl take the Steelers to the Super Bowl to play the team that he beat the Steelers with. I'm just saying.
I'm up and down about it, man, because it's like I went back to go look at their defensive roster, and right now it's just a lot of people that's unproven. So I really don't know. I don't know how the Packers really look because I think the Eagles still have a better record. I mean, better roster than the Packers.
Yeah, but Packers. I mean, like Packers, they been on the move. Like like
Yeah,
they
they have.
got some
So,
receivers.
one of
Last year,
my
they receivers are showing off. Like, and Love was showing off too. The quarterback was doing his job too. I think that Packers actually the only issue was the defense.
so one of my YouTube brothers that deal with gaming podcasts with me. Big ups to all my gamers on YouTube. Big ups to For Fun Gaming. I just gotta let the cat out the bag. Big ups, as you know, I have did voice work for Madden. I have did voice work for Black College Football, the video game. I did voice work for Call of Duty. Most people, I'll let the cat out the bag. Most people who have played Call of Duties, if you remember, there was a Call of Duty with the enemy care package. That was my voice saying enemy care package, trying to sound like I was from Africa. But they did some tweaks with my voice and everything. But I did some new voice work on the new Call of Duty. And just big ups to all my gamers out there. The gaming world is something serious. And we doing something real big. We're getting ready to do another Call of Duty tournament where I do a lot of background work in marketing and promotions. But big ups to all my big gamers. Now, one of my gaming friends from his gaming podcast says he sees Packers Bills. Let me say something. Josh Allen will never make it to the promised land with the Bills. Never.
You want to be honest with you? This is who Josh Allen is to me, and it's like this is like a double-edged sword. A gift and a curse at the same time. Josh Allen is Dan Marino. He's a great quarterback, but he'll never win a Super Bowl. Now he'll go
Unless
down. He'll go down when he retire and say, his name will always be in the midst in the top, probably the top 20 quarterbacks. But now he's not going to win that show.
unless he gets traded. I don't see that getting traded no time soon.
Nah, he's a lifetime commitment to the Bills Mafia. Lifetime commitment. He's the key puzzle.
Yeah. But
they will move everything around him, but they won't remove him. Like the Dolphins did Dan Marino. They would rather replace the whole wide receiver, the whole entire defense, besides replacing Dan Marino. Because his name was too big and they figured his craftsmanship was too perfect. And he wasn't a problem.
At the end of the day, I'm just saying I don't see the Bills. And forgive me if you're a Bills fan. I really think the Bills are about that life. Let me say this, and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say, I see people out in here. I saw somebody.
Joe, did you read the last comment?
Yeah, I was looking at it now.
I'm starting to wonder, is Lamar. Hold it. Hey, I'm here to let y'all know something. It's going to be special this year. But at the same time.
I don't got y'all going, Joe. Brother Gilbert say I ain't going, Joe.
Man, guess what? Gilbert is a Cowboy fan. Right now, it ain't looking good in Cowboy land. Gilbert is a Cowboy fan, and it ain't looking good in Cowboy land.
So that's three. That's three. Y'all ain't going. The Cowboys, the Steelers, and the Green Bay.
Stop. Show me. Hold on. Show me a year. Wait a minute. Wasn't Blockbuster? What we written VCRs and hold up. He can't talk. Cowboys don't know what a championship look like. They barely know what the playoffs look like.
Man,
the PlayStation wasn't even out.
Speaking of Cowboy fans, my nephew is I want to say he's 7 years old. So the other day he calls and before his first day of school, I'm like, what's going on, man? He goes, I want to let you know the Rams suck. I said, okay. I said, okay, I don't know why you're coming at me today. He said, I just want to let you know, I just think the Rams suck. I said, who do you like? And he said, I like the Cowboys. I said, how old are you? He said, 7. I said, I'm going to help you out, brother. I said, when you was born, they suck. When you first got teeth, they suck. When you learn how to walk, they suck. When you learn how to talk, they suck. And last week, you played your first game, didn't you? He said, yeah. And I said, they still suck. So you know what that means? He said, what? They suck your whole life. That's what it means. You ain't never seen the Cowboys be good for 7 years old. You ain't never seen it. Never, ever seen it.
Not in 7 years.
Don't come at the Rams, brother. The Cowboys won the last time they won. Do you know what VHS is? You know what a VHS tape is? That's the last time I think they won when I was born. That's how good they did. That's the last time they was good when I was born.
Hold on. Hold it. I got to do this just to mess with some. I normally don't do this, but it's Freedom and Fun Friday. Y'all done poked the bear, and now the bear gonna poke back. I'm telling you, y'all done poked the bear, and the bear going to poke back. So let me tell you, this is what y'all gonna get. This is what y'all gonna get again this year. Some dude looking like this with a Cowboys hat on, our Cowboys jersey, and this is what he gonna say. This is what he gonna say. This is what he gonna say. This is what he gonna say.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still in ball?
That's what they gonna do after every game. After every game.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still in ball?
Tell them what you are. Tell them what you are. Win, lose, or draw.
I'm still in ball.
You still who? Who are you?
I'm still in ball.
That's what them Cowboy fans say, win, lose, or draw. Say it again.
I'm still them boys.
Them who?
Them boys. I'm still them boys.
Michael Parsons, or not you still who?
I'm still them boys.
That's what they are. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I'm still them boys.
Still them
Call
boys.
and check on it. I'm still them boys. Them boys, them boys, them boys, them boys, them boys, them boys.
They still them boys. They still them boys.
So I saw the comment in there asking me who I roll with. I'm a Pat Mahomes fan. And we got Taylor Swift going on, so we looking pretty good on this side.
No, y'all fuck. That Sean P. That's where y'all messed up at. If you really pay attention, and I ain't saying nobody should focus on their love life, but if you really pay attention, ever since he been dating Taylor Swift, he haven't had a great season. He hasn't been good, and it's only gonna go down. Especially now that they get married, that's gonna be a big distraction for him. And I ain't saying he shouldn't get married. I mean, like I push for everyone to find someone that they can spend the rest of their life with, but Taylor Swift, she's bigger than the show. I mean, like, she probably have more fans than Kansas City Stadium on any given Sunday, or she do, but obviously, but she's a nice distraction for him. So and I love Patrick Mahomes because I was rooting for him to break the GOAT record, Super Bowl record, because that's the one person I believe had the nice hope to break it, but yeah, they're gonna have to get rid of old Taylor.
Look, like I told you, listen, talking about hold it, you're right. Gilbert Anderson said they are Americans team. And guess what?
White America team.
Uncle Ruckus, I'm telling you, hold it. Django, we're going to find out week 4. Week 4, we're going to find out how good them boys are. Because guess what? Y'all still going to be them boys, but y'all going to be them beat up boys. Y'all gonna be them beat down boys. Y'all gonna be them losing boys. Y'all gonna be
this is the best one.
Y'all gonna be like, we still them boys. And guess what? Y'all gonna be them losing boys. We ain't seen a Super Bowl boys. We ain't making it to the playoff boys. We got 50 million excuses, boys. And Jerry Jones still gonna be walking on the sideline talking about y'all still my boys.
I'm gonna try to find this TikTok video so I can post it on my Facebook and on my social media page. The best one that I seen yesterday. In Texas, they got a lot of Mexicans. So the Mexican guy, he's at work and he find out that they got rid of my car. He said, I'm here illegal. Just deport me already.
All right, y'all. Listen, on a serious tip, 7 minutes to the top of the hour. I'm gonna stay a little bit longer. Y'all done poked the bear. Listen, on the anniversary of Katrina, y'all want to poke the bear. Okay. As Bubba Dub would say, come here. Okay, come here. All right, listen. The Saints, as much as I know Saints fans, and I live in the great state of Louisiana, Saints fans, I know y'all know this ain't gonna be y'all year. Delusional Buccaneers fans, because we got a few of them. One of them was a good friend of mine, Cupid, the line dance king. He loved the Buccaneers. Cupid, you better down, do your dance, because they ain't flexing in Tampa Bay. All right. This year, I have to stick with Elijah again, because people ain't paying attention to them Rams. And let me say something. Kansas City is going to be a pretty good team, because Kansas City is always in the mix. And let me say something. Beware and pay attention to them Ravens. Beware and pay attention to them Bills. Pay attention to some of these young guns, because they coming. Nobody talk about them Houston Texans for some reason. And let me tell you, it's the ones that you least expect that wind up doing what needs to be done. To my Tennessee fans and them Titan folks, y'all need to tighten up. And I said what I said. Now,
I had a
You said
college.
everything besides the Dolphins, Joe. But don't
I had
worry,
a,
we gonna be there. We gonna be there.
No.
We
I'm gonna
we
say,
going 15-4 this year, Joe.
Hold on. So I was waiting to the end because I was gonna let you, MIAO, talk about your folk. But let me talk about them Dolphins. Somebody else you got to watch out for is they can creep in and cause chaos when you least expect it. So somebody over there with that funny look on his face. So Elijah, since you the sports journalist, tell me where I'm wrong. Come here.
The Dolphins. The Dolphins. The Dolphins, Joe. I know bow tie your mans and all, but
The
you gotta
only
be
perfect
honest
team
to
that
your
ever
friends.
existed.
No, I
Hey, bro.
think
They were great. They were great. Nace Ventura. Come on now, stop.
I think the Dolphins would be pretty. I think the Dolphins would be decent. I just don't know, man. I think this year you get rid of Mike McDaniel, so I don't really see doing too much. But like, I think the goal is to get rid of Mike McDaniel and get you another coach.
Yeah, I think this. I think we're going to go in the playoffs this year for sure. I don't. If we make it to the Super Bowl, that'll be shocking. But I know for sure we're gonna go to the playoffs. But we still gonna get rid of I call him Mike McDaniels. I call him Jeffrey Dahmer. But I actually think that the Dolphins. This is gonna sound crazy. I think the Dolphins gonna end up with Mike Tomlin as the head coach next year or the year after.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you smoking dope now.
Yeah,
somebody-
because if the Steelers don't have if the Steelers don't have
Hold on. I'm gonna help bow tie out. Y'all keep talking.
I'm just telling what it is, you know. I just think that's what's going to end up happening. But the Dolphins gonna sneak in there. They're gonna put on the show this year.
Bro, I can't
We
even
gonna
get
put
to
on
my
the show.
I can't even get to my drug testing kit. I was like, man, we got to go. I got to come down to Miami and tell you to pee in this cup, man.
I'm
we got
just
to get
telling you.
we got to get all that stuff out your system. Whatever you and Gilbert Anderson, I need both of y'all today to pee in the cup.
Well, you know, on the serious note, you know that's who they was when they was talking about getting coaches. The talk in Miami was that's who Stephen Ross really wanted was Mike Tomlin. You know, but Mike Tomlin was also in the process of negotiating his contract with the renegotiating the contract.
Hold it. Wait a minute. Only us and the Patriots. Hold on. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. 6. And for my Dallas fans, y'all should have some more, but y'all got a owner coach. And when you got an owner coach, you ain't gonna win. Because
they got
y'all
an owner coach.
That y'all hold it. Y'all living in Candyland. Cowboy fans, y'all live in Candyland. Y'all living in Monsieur Candy. Y'all live in Candyland. Go ahead, Sean.
I wanted to ask a college football question real fast. I saw yesterday ESPN did a phenomenal spread on Michael Vick down there at Norfolk State University.
Yes,
In my
sir.
generation, between Michael Vick and Allen Iverson, both of those guys, two Virginia guys, they were just so transcendent in my generation, man. So how y'all boys think about him? And I think Deshaun Jackson as well, right? Down there coaching at HBCU.
Mhm.
And you know, Coach Prime pretty much setting that whole thing up for that next wave. What y'all think about that, man?
I ain't gonna say Coach Prime set it up. Eddie George was coaching, I believe, HBCU before then, right? But it was a couple of NFL players coach HBCU. But I would say this: Stephen A. Smith and Cam Newton made magic yesterday.
Yes, yes,
Man,
yes.
they need to do that. If they can, if they can replicate that same show for every HBCU game, yeah, I think PWI is gonna have an issue.
Well, it's not that. You got to understand those now we see it that way because we melanated.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people all the time, I attended my bachelor's degree came from a PWI.
Mm-hmm.
My postgraduate degree came from a HBCU. That's how most folks know me. And though you'll see me on here many a times on this podcast with Southern University paraphernalia on, I'm not a Southernite.
Yeah.
I'm not an alumnus of the Southern University. I love Southern. I'm a son of Southern, but I'm not an alumnus of Southern. I went to school where everybody's somebody. That's where I got my postgraduate degree from the Grambling State University, them Tigers, and Coach Eddie Robb. And I was privileged to sit on the sideline with Coach Eddie Robb. The years I was there in Gramblings in the late 90s. I was there when he broke Bear Bryant's record. And let me say this, you're right. There have been a lot of former NFL players who have coached HBCUs. One of the most famous is Doug Williams, the first black quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. He coached the Tigers.
Yeah.
And he coached at Morehouse. But let me say this, Coach Prime, and I'm going to give Prime his compliments again. Since the death of Eddie Robinson, nobody brought as much attention to HBCUs outside of Eddie Robinson in the modern era than Coach Prime. Deion Sanders put Jackson State on the map. Deion Sanders, along with what he did at Jackson State, solidified that, guess what? I can bring this talent to this school and we can prosper and we can do great things. And if anything, he gave the blueprint, and I believe more folks should follow that same blueprint to greatness. I believe Norfolk State is doing it right now. I believe other folks will follow that same blueprint. And guess what?
Is it Ed Reed a coach? Ed Reed.
Nah, he stepped away. He was going
away.
He was down at Bethune-Cookman. He was down at Bethune-Cookman, and you know, and once again, let me just say the following. Let me see something. I know somebody said something. Is that Elijah? Yeah. So Elijah, I know you got to get up out of here. Let's get some final sports words in, man. Because we're gonna stay for a minute. They done poked the bear. Go ahead, man, because I got things to do too. Talk to me.
I appreciate this podcast. First of all, thank you for the Fifth Take. The Fifth Take podcast is still out there. Like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want to do. Football season is kicking away. We're going to do a lot more live streams on our Twitch channel, YouTube channel, things of that nature while watching whatever game that we select to watch that day. But also, besides that, I am always happy to get on this panel with you guys. It's always fun talking about, you know, different sports and life and events, current events that's happening in this world, especially, you know, with the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. I know that was big in the Louisiana area for sure, and I know people who survived and went through it have a lot to talk about. So, and you should tell that story because it's a story to tell. Outside of that, the reason why I gotta get out of here because I'm about to go get my hair cut. I am going to my first ever Tennessee football game over the weekend. Good old Rocket Top. I'll be in Atlanta, Georgia. That is. I'll be over there and watching the Syracuse Tennessee game, and then after that, Sunday, I will still be in Atlanta because I'm heading to the GOAT. So I'm going to go see the Chris Brown concert and then head back to Tennessee on Monday. So I have an eventful weekend, and I hope you guys do the same and stay safe out there.
Right. Thank you, my brother. We appreciate you, Elijah. That was Elijah Nixon. Now we're going to do it 3 the hard way. And I'm only going to be here for another 12 minutes. It is the anniversary of Katrina. Many lives got lost in New Orleans when the levees broke. I want a moment of silence. Those who lost everything. We back. That moment of silence not was only for those who lost everything, property, life, but it was also a moment of silence for those who, like a phoenix from the ashes, rose. And many went through the four winds like a grand migration, a mass exodus out. But a lot of folks came back home. I was working off of Canal on South Carrollton when Katrina happened. I lived in Baton Rouge, but I worked in New Orleans. Never in my life had I seen anything like that. Pray to God I never in my life see something like that again. If anything, is you watch, and we can't get deep into it because I'm going to kind of pass it back to my panel. Right now, we have a president that just pulled the security detail away from Kamala Harris, Secret Service. We have a president who literally is rewriting history, redoing government, firing people at FEMA, firing people at the CDC, saying basically, if the narrative doesn't agree with what I'm saying, they don't need to be there telling you the truth. There's a reason why there is checks and balances in anything, because too much of anything on the left or the right is not good for all of us, and balance is needed for the greater good of us all. 5 minutes past the hour, and we got 10 minutes left. I'm going to let my panel finish talking, and we're going to get up out of here because I got things to do today on this Freedom and Fun Friday. It is Labor Day weekend. We won't be here Monday. We will not be here Monday. We're going to take Monday off, y'all, because we need time for ourselves too. So we won't be here Monday, but we'll be back Tuesday to tell the truth Tuesday. Make it happen Monday. We're going to be making it happen at somebody's barbecue grill, on somebody's poolside, on somebody's beach. It's Labor Day, baby. And we're going to straight to refreshment from labor. So with that being said, to my esteemed panel, there's so much to talk about, man. I see the CDC stuff. I see that they don't pull Kamala Harris Secret Service detail. And guess what? If Trump could do it, but he can't, he would pull Obama's security detail. But
as well as Joe Biden.
As well as Joe Biden. Be exact, he would pull everybody's security detail but his own. But you can't do it to a president. But the Constitution and the law say you can do it to the vice president. I have a problem with that.
No,
Go ahead, Sean.
I mentioned earlier in the show that time that the guy took a shot at Donald Trump, right? When you read more and more into how it happened that day, they were talking about a lack of security for him that day. That's why it even happened like that.
Come on.
So now you want to change the tide and pull the cards off of these people. So if something was to happen, God forbid, you set all the right wheels in motion to make that vulnerability happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That part. Hold it. And that's the truth. That's the truth. I'm sorry, y'all. That's the listen. I mean, I don't even want to go there right now, because my mind is really in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And on this day 20 years ago.
I
go ahead, brother Boto.
When I think about the New Orleans situation, the worst hurricane that I survived in the last 40 years was Hurricane Andrew. And I'm not lying. I remember I was actually 7 years old when this hurricane happened, and I have a great memory. That's one thing I just like about myself. My memory is great. But my bed was literally going up and off the ground, and my uncle Fat, who's actually not fat, but when my bed went in the air, he snatched me in the hallway, because that's where all the family was at, in the hallway. And I was so hard-headed, I didn't want to get out the room. I said, let me sleep. But anyway, fast forward to Katrina. When they said that it was a category 4 hurricane about to hit Louisiana, 2 days before the hurricane came, I didn't know as many people that I knew then, but I had an uncle in Louisiana, and I said, "Hey, is anyone can get in contact with Unc and tell Unc to leave? Like this is a Category 4 in Miami. We have hurricane parties, but when they say it's a Hurricane 4, we take it serious. Hurricane 3 and under, we'll probably have a hurricane party. But I like, man, this is a Hurricane 4, and then it ended up being a Hurricane 5. And based off the documentaries that I seen, I probably seen about 7 or 8 documentaries. The hurricane was one issue. There was a lot of people that died during the hurricane, but it was way more people that died when the
Mm.
levees broke, which was after the hurricane.
Right. Right.
One thing that I walked away with that what I was dissatisfied with watching the documentary is the love and the support, not the love and support, but I guess within the mindset of the people, they expected some love and support from their government and they never got it. And in fact, half of their government turned against them. And
Mm.
then there was an issue with the mayor beefing with the governor beefing with the president even have enough respect to even land his helicopter in Louisiana to even walk around and shake people's hands. But he was an hour away in Alabama shaking people's hands and talking to people's hands. And I said this before on this show, miscommunication often leads to misconnections. And a lot of people
Mm.
got messed up because of people egos. A lot of people died because of people
Mm.
egos. A lot of people was in fear. They didn't get help. They didn't get service. And I would say this though, the most humblest person in that whole documentary was the mayor. The
Yeah,
mayor,
man.
he never
Warren
stopped being the
Nagin,
mayor,
right?
even when things was against him. Now I have came to become great friends with many people from Louisiana after that. And I got to give a shout out to my brother C-Man Coffee in Dallas. He wants to get home. He still wants to get home. But he has a small little coffee business in Dallas. He make drinks and stuff like that. But he's originally from Louisiana. And I heard his story. And the story was when Katrina happened, I had to get out. And he was on a bus. I don't know if you remember the story of the person who had the school bus and they drove. So he was
Mm-hmm.
on a bus and he ended up going to Texas and stuff like that. Started selling drinks and he said, I want to get back home. He said, I went home already to visit, ain't nothing there. So I need to get my money up so I can go back home. But a lot of people's stories have touched me since then. But one thing that it also made me want to do, I want to tighten up on my survival skills. I actually sent a text out to my sons yesterday. Say every year we're gonna do a camping trip, and we just gonna live off the land for at least a week or two. Every year, I said if you have a girlfriend in the future, kids, they coming too, because we need to know how to survive. And I told them, I said, go rewatch that documentary if I didn't watch it, and see how some of these people they actually could have survived by themselves only if they trusted within themselves or they had survival skills. But the issue is they depended on the government. One lady died waiting on the roof, and she thought every day that them helicopters was gonna come save her. And the racism within that documentary, oh my God, how the white people was killing the black people for walking in their neighborhood, how they saved one white guy on the other block and abandoned the whole block of black people. Man,
So, family, it is 12 minutes past the hour. We getting ready to get up out of here. I got work to do today. And normally I don't work on Friday. Friday is my day as I get ready and I am leaving tomorrow as the Southern University Jaguars are taking on Mississippi Valley at Valley.
oh, y'all
Uh,
in the Delta.
we in the Delta. We in the house that Jerry Rice built.
Mm. You know what
So
they say, Joe? Don't play with the devil.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They say that a lot.
I'm just saying, I heard that the devil's got a nice tight end.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Okay.
So, family, but listen, if anything, especially what's in the news, what we've been dealing with, everything from this Cracker Barrel nonsense to the P. Diddy stuff to Donald Trump and all of his Trumpisms and the firing, looking at the taking away seems to be everything that is black and brown. Like I said, right now it seems to be in government. If you're white, you're all right. If you're brown, you can stick around, but if you're black, stay back.
Mm.
How they're changing districts and how they're doing stuff to say, I want it to be my way. And if it ain't my way, you can hit the highway. Y'all got to pay attention. We're going to have some closing words. I'm going to start with Sean P. Then I'm going to go to Brother Bowtie. Listen, y'all, pay attention. Brother Sean P., the floor is yours.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My closing words, man. I had the Sean P. Experience. My next guest is coming up next Thursday. The book is Black Girls and How We Failed Them, man. Amazing publication. You want to hear this author break down how movies, TV shows, music, and media disrespects and does a disservice to our Black women, man. So next Thursday, the Sean P. Experience on YouTube. Come and check it out. Come and pull up as a live show. Ask questions in real time. Comment in. We'd love to have you, man. Thank y'all very much. See you.
All right, Brother Bowtie, come on in, baby. Come through.
What it is and what it ain't and what we gonna do about it. Let's talk about it. Let's do something about it. Hey, my words is very few and simple today. Today, just be okay. No matter what people say, just be okay. But remember what I say. Today, be okay. If you wish to support me, go to brotherbowties.com or follow me on all social media, Brother Bowtie or Bowtie Untied. You guys have a nice day.
On this 20th anniversary of one of the biggest weather events, natural disasters to occur in the world, especially in this country, be thankful for what you got and understand that he that giveth and in a blink of the eye take it away. Be better today, family, than you were yesterday. And do something today to be a blessing to somebody somewhere that no matter what you do, no earthly way they could ever pay you back because you gave it, released it from the heart with no expectation except to see the other person on the other end be blessed. Always remember that there is no secret what God can do. What he has done for others, he will and he can do for you. For when God is with you, nothing or no one can stand against. On the behalf of Brother Bowtie, Brother Elijah, our brother who is broken Berlin, Brother Washington, our esteemed alumnus that pops on from time to time, Brother Fatine, to our sisters, Sister Alethea and Sister Jax. Man, to everybody who comes in here and makes this thing hashtag Truth Be Told, for the Sean P and the Sean P Experience. I am Joe Dupree. This is hashtag Truth Be Told, your early morning get up, wake up, your 1 hour of motivation, inspiration, and conversation that gives elevation. Y'all have a great Labor Day weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday. We out of here. Peace.